Hi everybody, it's Matrix again, and today we're going to do World 4 in Demon Souls New Game 7, so let's get started.
Hey, you over there? Hey, you over there? You seem to have your head about you. Come here. I have a proposal for you. Do not be afraid. You have much to gain.
First thing, that's Satsuki, and if it's in anything but pure white world tendency, he's normally standing on top of that wall right there. And he comes down in pure white and he asks you to get the Makoto out of 4-2 for him. And if you do that for him, he ends up fighting with you. But I'm not going to do that because it involves a bunch of backtracking. I'll show you where the sword is, though. And these skeletons, and for this is a good place to farm if you're trying to get souls. And also, they're weak against blunt weapons, so the mace works really well here. You can find a blessed mace in 5-1, and that's the one that I'm using here. Skeletons can be kind of rough to fight more than one at a time, so I've got the thief's ring on like I always do. Before I go any further, let me cast Second Chance before I forget. I'm glad that the remake has omnidirectional movement and rolling. That was one of the things that I wished for. I think I mentioned that in the comments on one of my other videos, probably the Maiden Estrella video that gets so many comments on it. This is one of the things that I wished for, and they put it in, so it feels more like Dark Souls 3 when you're rolling around and moving. And you can see the Vanguard down there with the tutorial boss. I actually managed to kill him on my character when I started the PS5 version of this game. Copper key here is what you use to save grave robber Blige in the tunnels underneath this stage. I'll fight the Vanguard, but first I want to kill the enemies up here so they don't shoot me with their cloud spikes. Another nice thing that the Demon Souls remake did is if you hold down the circle button, you'll climb ladders faster. These pots break when you run into them, but in the PS3 version, I would always run up on top of them so I could get some height to shoot these things. Like I said in a previous video, I'm using a quality compound longbow +5. I was going to use the lava bow, but it doesn't shoot quite as far, and because this thing does flat physical damage, it does more damage overall than the lava bow does. The lava bow sets enemies on fire so that they, panic and flail around, but still, in general, the quality bow is better for my build. Let me show that before I get too far in. There she is. Sorry, I keep forgetting to do that at the beginning of the videos. The Adjudicator shield is in there by this katana skeleton. I find the easiest way to take them down is just to bait them into doing their jumping slash and, sidestep behind them so you can get a backstab. They're one of the few enemies that can make you bleed. And there's one in 4.2 that can actually drop a pure blade stone. And the very first time I killed it on this playthrough in my first new game, I actually got one, so I got really lucky. Strategy for the Vanguard is basically just to circle him until he jumps and then get an R2 stab with a straight sword. Don't stand too close to when he falls with his butt, though, because it'll do damage through your shield. Pretty easy just to get him into a circle of doing what we're doing. With the soul that he drops, you can make that axe that he's using, the dozer axe. I don't think I've ever used it, though. Grave Robber Blige is down here. So I'll talk to him, but I'm just going to cut the video ahead because I'm going to skip all of his dialogue so nobody has to wait for it. Alright, now we'll just move on through the stage. Coming up this stairway, we can find the crow and trade with him. So the crow's up this pathway, and one of the things that I liked in Dark Souls 3 is that when you dropped items on the, in front of the tree or the nest, it would make it where the item you were trading for appeared immediately, but in Demon Souls you still have to save and quit back to the menu, and I don't want to do that right now because I don't want to have to recast Second Chance. Kind of a missed opportunity. That's something that they should have fixed in this remake. If I hadn't shot those flying manta rays out of the air at this part, they would be shooting their stingers at me while I was trying to run along here. And this is a pretty dangerous area, so it pays to shoot them down early. Because you got narrow cliffs here, and you got these big sword guys. The Regenerator's ring is in this area too. If you go up past this area where we're at right now, there's a doorway right here that you can run through and you can get it, but you can get another Regenerator's ring in 5 too, so it's not that big a deal if you miss it. And then we're coming up to our first boss in World 4, the Adjudicator, so I'm going to mute my mic now and go fight him. That's all there is to the Adjudicator. You just hit him in that bloody spot on his side, and when he falls down, you hit him in the head. You see Grave Robber Blige followed us up this far already. You can see that the Reapers there summon ghosts, and once you kill the Reaper, it'll kill all of them. Otherwise, they'll just keep respawning. That's another good way to farm for souls if you're trying to level up fast. So you can see I got 10,000 souls just from killing him, because all of the other enemies around him died. Before we go outside, our friend Patches is in here, and we'll get to see him do something that he's known for.
Oh, hello again. Hey, don't turn a cold shoulder. I didn't mean to do you wrong, really. Come on now. We've got better things to fret about. That pit there is filled with treasure. But, I'm having a little trouble getting to it myself. Go on, take a look. There are more riches than you could dream of. Take your time starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
Saint Urbain is down in this hole, so if you're a faith build, you need to rescue him so you can get his miracles. I'm gonna cut ahead in the video so we don't have to listen to his dialogue. So he tells you that there's a black phantom down here that we need to kill to get out. Fortunately, it's using the hiltless katana, so every time he hits me, he's going to take damage. And he drops moonshade stone chunks and ephemeral eyes, but I'm not going to bother picking those up this time.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of the aforementioned phantom? God has chosen you, and for that we are thankful, Umbasa.
Now we can go confront Patches, and he'll give us a ring for it, but I've already gotten it before, so I'm just going to throw it away after he gives it to me.
I said. Well, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look, I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together. I know. Have this as a token of my friendship. Not bad, right?
Like I said, I need patches for the arrows he sells, so I have to keep him alive. I don't kill him. I never do. I'm glad they never fixed that. That guy just rolls right over the edge without stopping. You gotta wear the thief's ring out here, otherwise those floating manta rays will attack you. And we can't have that on these narrow cliffs. Here we have some of those specter enemies that block these narrow stairwells, but they shoot magic at you. That's why I'm using the dark silver shield. You can see it's probably because they've got high magic defense, but my sword doesn't do a ton of damage against them. The Reaper is hiding over here behind this pillar. You can knock him off by doing an R2 stab with a straight sword, and it'll kill him. There's one more Reaper here, but I usually just run past him because he's next to one of those magic beam specters, and I don't want to have to fight more than one enemy at a time. The hiltless katana is down in the water if you manage to jump down from the rocks, but I don't bother with it because it's a dexterity weapon. This boss is blind, so wearing the thief's ring and walking behind it and getting a single stab when he swings is the way to do it. So I'm going to show y'all how. So that boss fight is long and tedious, but that's how you do it. I always play safe, so I'm not gonna put myself in a position where he's gonna hit me more than once. So I always take it real slow and easy with him. And now we're about to fight the archdemon. So I'll show you where the storm ruler is after the fight's over, but I'm not gonna grab it while I'm fighting. There's that Reaper that I pushed over the side when I was running down here. Alright, so this boss has my absolute favorite music in the remake as far as boss battle music goes. A lot of people liked Maiden Estrella in the original game, but in this game, I like the Storm King music. It's really, really good. Alright, so let's go. So that's the end of World 4, but I'm going to show you where to get the storm ruler in just a minute. I'll come in from the beginning of the area so you know exactly where to run. I'm going to cut the video ahead and then you'll see where to go.